Hi. Hi, friends. How are you tonight? It's Christy Faith. How are you? Welcome. Come on in, everybody. It's Christy Faith. I am here to talk all things homeschooling with you, to answer any question that you may have. Hello. Welcome. Come on in. I'm Christy Faith. We can talk. Hi, Jennifer. We can talk all things homeschooling tonight, whether you are a homeschooler or not. You are welcome here. You can ask any question that you like, even if you are a skeptic and you think that we are nuts. First, I'll tell you that we are. And then second, I'll give you really good reasons why homeschooling is a valid and healthy educational choice for our kids. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I'm Christy Faith. Tonight we are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Christy Faith here. You can ask me all things homeschooling. That's what I'm here for. Whether you are a homeschooler or not, if you are a skeptic and you have questions, you are welcome here. Welcome. Hi. Please come and ask your homeschooling questions. If you are currently a homeschooler, how was your last week? I want to hear what your wins are. What went well this past week in your own homeschool? If you are thinking of homeschooling, you're like, I put my kid back in after Christmas and it's not going well. Will you let me know? Because I want to be able to encourage you. If you are in my community, please introduce yourself, make yourself known so that I can say hi. And yeah, so come on in. Oh, you did, Bree? You guys figured out how to make rock candy? How do you do that, actually? Did you do that for a homeschool, like a science thing? They were probably, I just want to hear all about it, Bree. Tell me. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I don't normally go live on Sundays, but it might be something that I start doing. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Welcome, everybody. I'm Christy Faith. You can ask me all things homeschooling, all things educational philosophy, SAT, ACT prep, general, educating a child. If your kid's struggling in school right now, they're not getting the grades that you think you can ask me that too. I have been in education for over 20 years. I worked with kids, thousands of kids from over 50 schools, public and private. We owned a boutique learning center in Southern California for many, many years. And I spent my days on the phone with principals and therapists and occupational therapists, speech therapists, reading IEPs, on the phone with teachers, at parent-teacher conferences. And so there probably isn't an issue that you could bring up tonight that I have not personally dealt with. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I'm Christy Faith. We're talking all things education tonight.
B. Kayla and Miss Torres say hey.
Hi, girls. You guys are in my community. I love you guys. Did you see the video that I posted tonight in there yet? I was so pumped that I can post a video in my community. So I was like, what? Although the formatting was weird. So I got to fix that. But I just left it because, perfectionism is the old Christy. It looks good. It's fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. I'm Christy Faith. We can talk all things education, homeschooling, test prep, grades, all the things tonight. It's all child-centered. You can even ask me parenting questions. Probably won't be able to answer them that well, but if it's relating to education, I will.
I cried Sandy says, I cried last week because I simply can't help my 11-year-old with math.
Oh, this is Sandy?
Yeah.
And are you a homeschooler or is your 11-year-old in school? I would love to know. We'll wait for your response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Torres, I have an 8-year-old who has ADHD, ASD, and it's so hard.
Yes, it really is hard. Yeah, when you have a learner that is differently wired, I hope you see that's all the more reason to have your child home, because who's going to give the attention and be a student of your child more than you are, so that you can ensure that your child can learn and have a wonderful childhood and not feel like something's wrong with them or shamed by being in the special ed system. So yes, I am validating that it is hard. It is hard. Yes.
Um,
And I'm proud of you for doing it. I really am.
what are some of your favorite spelling resources for a fourth grader?
Spelling resource
Homeschooler.
Yeah, spelling resources for a fourth grader. So my family uses Logic of English for all of the elementary years. I love the way Denise Ide teaches how to read, spell, and write. And so we follow her program. And then when my kids get older, we use worksheets. Um, I have spelling workout. I've used Memoria Press. My oldest, we're now at the point where it's like you do the one worksheet a day and you don't miss any of them. You do them correctly. And then if you have done that work diligently, then I won't make you study for a test. So don't ask me my educational philosophy when it comes to teaching spelling, because there is an element of it's not my highest concern. So judge me if you will. But no, spelling is not something I spend a lot of time philosophizing over. It's like get the job done. And learning how to spell is it's the same as learning how to read. You got to have that phonemic awareness. So if you start the foundation well, with a phonics-based Orton Gillingham program, then your child will learn how to spell, as they get on. So, Logic of English, you can start in fourth grade. It goes all the way through junior high, and you would take a placement test. I'm not connected to this company whatsoever. It's just what I use. And to make sure that your child is placed in the right part of the program, you take a placement test. There's also video lessons as well, so you don't have to teach it yourself if you don't want to.
Jules
Okay,
says
sorry.
hi.
Hi, Jules. How are you tonight? It's good to see you. Well, I don't see you, actually. I'm looking at a dot, but I can picture you because I know you.
Um, Mike Joshua says my daughter enjoys homework but not extra activities doing homeschooling. How can I balance her out?
Okay, repeat that.
Enjoys homework but not extra curricular activities, I guess.
Okay. One suggestion. So, what I'm gathering, and maybe I can make this more broad to answer this for other families as well, is that your daughter enjoys doing the school stuff
She likes math a lot.
and likes math. That's fantastic. But when it comes to maybe extracurriculars or more enrichments, she's not as interested in that. So one thing that I can tell you what I have done and what a lot of homeschools do is they start their morning with something called a morning time, where they get in those subjects that are incredibly enriching and will just enliven their lives forever. I'm talking like composer study, learning classical music, maybe a nature study video or program or a curriculum that you're going through. If you are a faith-based homeschooler, that's when you can maybe sing hymns and memorize hymns or Bible verses. And so you can start your day with this enriching morning time, because this is the abstract that I can never just tell people what to do. I have to talk about the abstract part of this. If you don't hear anything tonight, this is what I want you to hear, is that taste is acquired. So I often think of subjects in school and learning a lot like vegetables, where our kids don't probably, my kids, they did not really like vegetables. They like them now. Why do they like vegetables now? I mean, I can serve salad for dinner and my kids love it. It's because of constant exposure. I kept giving salads for dinner. And having them try new things. Now, I know this is a little bit like anti-modern parenting, but I still stand by that taste is acquired. And often we don't know we like something until we've dived in a little bit more, not just like one taste, kind of a lot, right? So think of a couple subjects that you would like your daughter to explore and know more about, and then consider doing those in the morning with her before she starts her regular academics, when her mind is really fresh. The reason why I say morning is because at least for me, and I might be different than you, but for me, I had to stack those things in the morning or I was too tired and never got to them because they were the extracurriculars. They weren't the hardcore math, literature, science. They were, but, one could argue that they are just as important because we want to cultivate a love for learning in our kids. And that is one surefire way to do it. Poetry, that is something that we do in our morning time. We do our science together as a family. In morning time, we do poetry. We are a faith-based homeschool, so we also sing and do a devotional together and pray. And what else are we doing in morning time? Composer study, I mentioned the poetry. We do some recitation, which is just reciting what you've memorized because we do some memory work in our homeschool too. So I'm sounding like a classical homeschooler tonight. I have little tinges of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he says, thanks for the advice. I'll try switching up a routine.
Oh, yeah. Good, good, good. And never hesitate to reach out. And, give me grace. I don't know you personally yet. So I'm just trying my best to give you some ideas that have worked for me and other people that I know. And just based on my experience in education, I don't for one second think that I have all the answers. And I certainly, one thing that learning kids, reading kids' profiles as a profession has taught me is that every single child is different and how we are to teach them varies because they are individuals, and that is what is beautiful. And that's what's beautiful about homeschooling. And that's not what our schools do. Our schools homogenize the learning. So anyway.
Over on YouTube,
hello, YouTube.
Tanashia says, hey, I found your channel like 2 days ago and I sat and watched all your YouTube shorts.
Oh.
My daughter is 2, but I already decided to do homeschool for as long as possible.
Oh my goodness. What is her name again on YouTube? Tanashia. Oh my goodness. Welcome to my channel. I think I'm like a couple away from that 1,000 mark on YouTube, aren't I?
Yeah.
I know. So, thank you. Yeah. And I don't know if you're on TikTok, but that's my right now my main platform. So, but I'm glad that you found my YouTube shorts, and yeah, anyway, I won't talk about it.
Carrie says, how do you set a schedule for 6, 5, and 3?
6, 5, and 3. How do you set a schedule? Okay, so I would definitely do a lovely morning time because the 6 and the 5-year-old can absolutely do history together, science together, literature together too. I would do as much as you can together as a family in the mornings. The 3-year-old, that's tricky. I do believe the hardest years to homeschool are when you have littles in tow. Simply because, generally speaking, when you have infant, toddler, and then your oldest ones are in the early elementary, no one is independent yet. No one can open a book yet, find their own page number, start a lesson. If they're stuck, know what to do on their own. So one thing I want to encourage you with is that I do believe these are the hardest years to manage schedule-wise, house cleaning wise, preparing meals. But at the same time, a child who is 6 and 5, they do not require a lot of time per day to learn. And that learning should not be all in one block anyway. You can split it up. For example, when that 3-year-old is napping, you can get some chunks of learning with the other 2. I definitely would do as many subjects together as you can, and kill as many birds as you can with one stone and enjoy it because they're still really little. And it does get to a point where it starts to get hard. My oldest is he hit a wall with Latin this week, and it's real, you guys. And I'm reminiscing on the old days when everything was just kind of a lot easier. And but anyway, not that it's changed my mind at all. It's just different challenges. So my number one piece of advice is try to combine your kids with as many subjects as you can. Hello, Stephanie. Hi, everybody. Come on in. I'm Christy Faith. We are talking about homeschooling or all things education, or you can even ask me about test prep. I taught SAT and ACT prep for 17 years. And yeah.
Carrie follows up with, what curriculum do you recommend? We do homework.
I don't recommend any one curriculum, partially because there are 8 different homeschooling styles, and I don't know what yours is. If I knew your homeschooling style, I could probably recommend my top picks in that particular style. I'm an eclectic homeschooler myself, which means that I pull from my favorite philosophies depending on the subject, right? So I'm very Charlotte Mason, as you guys know, when it comes to teaching my kids history. I don't like to use textbooks. I prefer to teach my kids history through living books. And but I'm in traditional in some other areas. I would definitely say I'm a traditional homeschooler when it comes to spelling and some other subjects like that. So, picking a curriculum is quite individual. There are thousands of options. In my community this week, the workshop that I taught on Wednesday was it was titled Goodbye Curriculum Overwhelm, because all of us, all homeschoolers, get very overwhelmed with the amount of choices. And we discussed what that overwhelm is coming from, why we have it, and what we can do to overcome it. So, yeah, we talked about that in my community right now. My community is closed. I'm so sorry, but you can get on a wait list if you want, and the link is in my bio. So,
How do you homeschool multiple kids?
didn't I just answer that?
That's another one.
Oh, another one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, how do you homeschool multiple kids?
Yeah.
Yes, I should probably do another TikTok on this,
Yeah.
maybe. The most efficient way to homeschool multiple children is to combine your family for as many subjects as possible. Subjects that are really conducive to combining your family are history, science, literature. Those are great ones. Generally speaking, math is a little bit more difficult to do that with because you're kind of on a progression. So that's my number one piece of advice is how do you homeschool. I would say that you will burn out pretty quickly if you have 3 or 4 kids that you each of them is in an individualized program where they're each doing their own thing all day every day. It's a recipe for burnout, not only for the parent but also for the kid. But I will argue that there are way cooler ways to learn and have so much fun and develop a love for learning. So, and part of that is by doing it together as a family and creating family memories together. So, you can do nature for science, you can do nature study curriculum options. There are companies that specialize in family together curriculum. And so for each lesson, for example, they have, okay, do this with your preschool. Your preschooler can do this coloring page while your second grader does this, and then your junior higher does this. And the older kid might be ending up writing a report that week, while the youngest kid is just doing a coloring page. It's a really cool way to homeschool. It's a lot like the one-room schoolhouse thing. Yeah. So I hope that if any of my answers tonight are not sufficient, just come back and tell me, because I want to have sufficient and satisfying answers for you. If you see a question in here that you see that I'm not able to get to, go ahead and answer it yourself. This is a family. The homeschool culture is one where we help one another out. And that's one of the things I love, especially about the homeschool culture on TikTok, is all of us homeschool creators absolutely love and support one another. And so that spirit can be put right into my live tonight too. So I'm talking to you, Julie and Kayla. You can answer people in there.
Do you let your kiddo wake up whenever they want and start school whenever they want?
I know. That's our drama, right? So Scott's the voice that you hear in the background. He's my husband. Do I let my kids wake up whenever they want? So we have tried that. We have done that, and we do not do that. But there are kids who need that. My kids don't. My kids really don't need that. There are kids who do, and there are parents where that's one of their biggest perks about homeschooling, is that their kid can get as much sleep as he or she possibly needs and start the school day the next day when they want to. I don't think it really affects like future life success. It's not like if your kid is allowed to sleep until they wake up on their own, that they're not going to be able to set an alarm for a job later. Like, it's not, that's kind of a silly thing. Like, you have to practice waking up to an alarm for 18 years. Like, people actually think that. It's like, it's dumb. But we do wake up. We have a schedule. Part of it is because I am a full-time working homeschool mom. So I do have boundaries and schedules with my time. And we make sure that our kids go to bed at a reasonable hour. So because of that wake up time, because we don't want them to miss out on any sleep. But we have, we have binge readers in our house, and so that can be an issue sometimes at night.
Alley Cat asks,
What a cute name, Alley Cat.
What's the best way to support a gifted child academically in homeschool?
Okay, the best way to support a gifted child academically and in homeschool?
And yeah, academically in homeschool.
Oh, in homeschool. Number one, hi, Emily. I don't think people realize in our society that a child who is gifted is a child with special needs. And I want to repeat that. A child who is gifted is a child who has special needs. And their risk factors in terms of outcomes for gifted kids are very similar to those with diagnosed learning disabilities. I think having a gifted child is all the more reason to homeschool, simply because, especially all populations of kids are this way, but I'm going to talk about this specifically with gifted, because you often see unequal learning. So a gifted child could be 11th grade level in math, but maybe at 6th grade level with their reading. That type of a child is very difficult to put in the conventional school system. But when you are a mindful parent educating this child in the way that he or she needs to learn and feeding them, like nourishing their souls with their education and letting them go as far as they can in the subjects that they love and have interest in, that's such a beautiful thing. So I don't know if you have any particular struggles with your child who is gifted right now, but what I would say is just keep that in mind, that you don't have to hold them back in a particular subject per se. One of the big challenges too with kids who are gifted is when parents say they have been homeschooling and parents want to enroll them in a school when they are older or in high school. That can be a challenge because they will be in classes where they've learned everything. And then you're tempted to put them in several grade levels ahead of them in terms of where they are academically, but they might not be there emotionally and socially. And so that can be another factor with raising a child who is gifted as well, is that being in the social environment with kids who are at their intellectual level, they might not be emotionally and psychologically ready for that type of environment. It's tricky. I will say it's pretty tricky.
Boy Mama says,
Hi, Boy Mama.
Do you use a history curriculum or just find living books to read?
I do both. So I use Beautiful Feet books. I don't I used to do videos for them and I love them, but I had to stop doing videos for them for a little bit here because I wanted to focus on my membership. But I might be doing videos for them again because that's who I use. And I love the way that they approach history. It is a Charlotte Mason approach to history, in case you're wondering which of the 8 styles it is. So I have a graduate degree in history, and because of that, I won't let my kids touch a textbook. If I want them to hate history, I will let them touch a textbook. But you got to think about why we learn history. We're not learning history so that we can regurgitate facts, which is what textbooks do. Textbooks take the story out of history. Like, what impacts us are the stories. That's what changes us. so it does such a disservice to our kids to teach them with textbooks.
She says, love it.
Okay, good.
Emily.
Anybody disagree?
Emily Striker.
Come after me. It's okay. I don't mind if you disagree with me. We all want what's best for our kids.
Emily Stryker says, my husband's listening. Dad advice for husbands?
Oh, Scott, do you have dad advice for husbands? Hello, Emily's husband.
Keep the wife happy.
Keep the wife. What would you say? Because we do get frazzled and frustrated and at the end of our rope. You really helped this week, Scott.
You got to tag team.
You have to tag team. So I woke up with a migraine this morning. I'm feeling much better now, but it was not good. And Scott just knew what to do and did it. He just, I feel like one thing that you do that I love about you, babe, is that I don't feel like if I'm out for the count that nothing will happen. Like, I know that even though you might know the intricacies of a certain curriculum that I do with the kids, although he does teach some subjects. I definitely feel like it's a team and that you're supportive and you're not like giving this whole thing to me and then standing over and wondering what kind of a job I'm doing. Like, we're in this together is how I feel about you.
You got to be on the same page.
Yeah, same page.
Yeah.
I married a pretty cool guy. I'm sure you did too, Emily. And Emily's husband. I'm glad you're watching tonight.
I'm thinking about homeschooling a high schooler, but I'm worried about college.
Yes, do not worry about college. One, can we give hearts to a parent who is considering homeschooling a high schooler? Yay! In my group, we have a subgroup and office hours just for teens, moms and dads of teens. By the way, we have dudes in my group. So the majority are women, though. I would not hesitate one bit about homeschooling a high schooler. It's gonna look a lot different, and that social aspect is going to be really important in those years. So you got to find co-ops and groups that your son or daughter, it's a daughter, right, can be a part of. It requires a lot of bravery. Society is going to look at you like you're nuts because society looks at us and says, "Oh, but you're gonna put your kid in school for high school, right?" And I'm like, why would I do that? Like, those are the years when the kids actually are learning to think and learning to write. And also the peer stuff. That's also when peer orientation rears its ugly head. I don't know if you've read the book Hold On to Your Kids by Gordon Neufeld and Gabor Mate, but it's a fabulous book about peer orientation and just what happens to our kids socially in the school environment. So you can absolutely homeschool a high schooler, and there's a lot of groups out there and support for you. There's high schools that you can enroll in that you are doing all the teaching for you, or you can sign up for just because I'm not teaching AP calculus, okay? Like, it's so funny that people think, what, you think you're going to teach those advanced sciences? No, I don't. I'm going to outsource them. I'm going to find the best program possible, the best co-op, the best online school, the best whatever. And so you can find those. Oops, sorry, I just kicked my stand here. And you can find really great resources for your daughter. So, yeah.
Leaf, Wind, and Soar. The Browns. Is that Tyler?
Is that you, Tyler?
He says homeschool dads are cool, so.
Yes, homeschool dads are cool. You got it, Tyler. It's on you. Did you see my post tonight? You're going to be the one that has to schedule the first wine night, and then you invite me. If you're interested in joining my group, I'm so sorry it's closed. But you can get on a wait list for when it reopens in the spring. And that high school mom, I want you to email me because I want to personally invite you. I want to be able, if you do end up homeschooling your high school daughter, we have such a really cool, tight-knit group in my community of teens, parents of teens. And I think that you would find a lot of encouragement and support and how to. And oh, she said she was worried about college. I never even answered her question.
Yeah.
Yeah, college is not an issue. Colleges are recruiting homeschoolers. Homeschoolers complete college at a higher rate than non-homeschoolers. Homeschoolers score higher on the ACT and the SAT than non-homeschoolers. College is not a concern. Okay.
Tabitha says, I just followed you. Do you have advice on preschool homeschooling?
Yes, I do. When you are homeschooling a preschooler, it needs to be play-based, not academic. And you need something that's just fun and gentle, early reading skills, early counting skills, something like I don't represent this curriculum, but homegrown preschooler. It's called A Year of Playing Skillfully. Not that you have to buy that one, but how they're structured with just learning the months of the year and the seasons. And it's just so precious. I'm about to cry. I miss the homeschooling preschool days. At the time, though, I thought I was going crazy because of the tantrums and the this. But you look back and it's like pixie dust is in the air. And very little time. We're talking under an hour a day and not even all at the same time. Lots of play, lots of going outside, tons of play pretend. I cannot tell you how they've done studies on play pretend and dress up and all that stuff, role playing when kids are really, really young. So try out those. Oh, Emily, you're so hilarious. You know what? It's because I don't have one anymore. And I look back at the pictures and, they're not. Although I will say, okay, do you guys want something totally unrelated? Or do I have to keep talking about homeschool all night? Okay, so it was my daughter's birthday. And we were looking at pictures for when she was a baby. And my twins were they were 18 months when my youngest was born. So I had, yes, you heard that. Yeah, do the math. Yeah. I had 18-month-old twins when I had my fourth. Because everyone would plan a pregnancy when you have baby twins, right? Okay, so, but anyway, it was so funny because one twin, we have it on video, like one twin hit the other one with it wasn't anything, it wasn't a stuffed animal, it was something, it was enough to make the other twin mad, right? And then the other twin is like, ah! And then she pushes the other one back. And what's so hilarious about this whole scenario is that Scott and I are doing nothing. Like, we must have been so exhausted that we're literally just filming this fight between our twins. And it wasn't that bad, but I would say that as a first-time mom, I definitely would have intervened. But we just got it on video and watched the whole thing happen. And my in-laws were in town for the birthday, and all of us were cracking up because we were remembering those days where we were literally dead, exhausted. So, yeah, someone else has 13 months apart. Yeah.
Emily.
Oh, Emily, you do. Yeah. So I found out I was pregnant when my twins were 7 months old. And I'm not supposed to, I don't know if you guys know my infertility history. I'm not supposed to get pregnant on my own. So.
Masael, love your earrings.
Hi, Masael. Thank you. I got them yesterday. I got them on sale. Thank you. You probably were like, oh, Christy's not wearing the same earrings because I normally wear the same stuff over and over again because I like it.
Jenna Bishkoff.
Hi, Jenna.
How do you balance homeschooling and working?
Okay, Jenna, how do I balance homeschooling and working? Coffee. And I have flexible work hours. I can choose my own work hours. So I wake up at 4:45 before the kids, and I get a lot of work done then. And then I have a slot in the afternoon where I work, and then I also work in the evenings when I don't have something else going on. So if there is a social event or a sports thing, then I don't work that evening. But if I am, what I will say is if I am home, I am working. So I don't watch Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything. But I don't miss it anymore. Partially because I love what I do. I love my job. So it feels fun to me. It's probably why I don't feel like I'm missing out on other things. So I have very strict boundaries with my schedule, and I have slotted times where I do things. And I have a whole process of, at the beginning of the week, I set up a to-do list that has weights of priorities, and then I execute that to-do list. And then the challenge for me with working and homeschooling isn't so much getting the job done, because I'm pretty good at doing that. I'm pretty good at knowing what needs to happen today and the stuff that can wait till tomorrow. The one thing that is the biggest challenge for me, and I think it's for anybody, especially if you love your job like I do, is being really present when you aren't working, like present with your kids, like playing Monopoly and being all in on Monopoly when you don't love Monopoly, maybe. Or just being absolutely present with your family on the off hours. It's an exercise of control of my mind to have it not be rolling and planning in the future and that type of a thing. That's actually it's something that I think I need to work on. And because I don't want my kids to remember a distracted mom when they grow up. And it's something that I need to get under control myself. So that's my biggest challenge. I don't know if that would be your biggest challenge, but that is currently my biggest challenge.
Emily played for 3 hours today and loves it. Monopoly.
Oh. Did you really, Emily? You like Monopoly? Who likes Monopoly? Who here likes Monopoly?
Well, we're waiting on that.
Okay.
We need to go soon.
We have to go?
Yes.
I thought we just got started.
I know.
Okay.
We homeschool. Our daughter's in 9th grade. When should we start a test prep course?
Oh, now. Yes. Start a test prep course now. Go to my link tree, because I taught test prep for 17 years. I am really picky with how it's done. And there are a lot of companies out there that will feed on your fear and want you to pay for stuff that's not necessary. So if you have a test prep company who wants you to do thousands and thousands of vocabulary flashcards, no. You're not going to get the ROI. So College Prep Genius, and she is in my bio, she does it right, and she is super famous in the homeschooling world, and does a fabulous job. So go check that out. And I think I have a coupon code, don't I? Yeah.
They do it then.
Hi, Jackie.
Yeah.
Yay.
Starting homeschool in the fall. 2nd grader is gifted and possibly ADHD.
Okay.
Third is delayed, medically complex.
Okay.
But they're starting.
Yay! Awesome. That's so wonderful. And it sounds like your kids do have some special needs, and that's all the more reason to homeschool. And when you have kids who are twice exceptional, that's a fun ride. And I'm not being sarcastic. That's pretty great. They'll never fit in the system. Any kids who are twice exceptional. Yeah. You guys are so fun. If you're interested, there's a lot of people in here tonight that are in my community. Oh my goodness. Did you see the video that I posted tonight? Don't judge me for the formatting of that video, because it's the first video I've posted in the group. And I think I got to do them this way, not this way. Like TikTok is this way, but I think in Thrive, in my community, I got to do it this landscapey way. But I was so excited that I can post videos for you guys. And then I was excited. I hope everyone likes the solutions to our Zooms and office hours and adding those evening hours. I'm super excited about meeting your guys' needs. If you're interested in my community, it is closed right now, but you can get on a wait list and it will reopen in the spring. But right now we're in the founding members phase, which I'm so glad that I did because we're working together, working out the kinks. Oh my goodness, yeah. And there's so many things I want to improve upon in that group. It's just my mind is like, it's just only going to get better. But I just got the Homeschool Mom Survival Guide back from the graphic designer, the final today, and it's awesome, and it's a really good value too that you are getting for free. So anyway, yay.
Second start. I love your videos. After working in a school, it's refreshing to find someone like-minded.
Thank you. What's your name?
Second start.
Second start. Thank you for that. I appreciate that encouragement. Thanks.
And MSW, you look amazing with your hair. You always look good, but love your highlights.
Oh, who sent this?
I don't know. And then Madison said you look great tonight too.
Oh, you guys, that is so sweet. I woke up. Do you want the details?
Oh, it's Tina.
Tina, you're so sweet. Yes, I did get newer highlights. All I did was blow out my hair today. It's like kinky from the going behind my ears. But that's so funny that you say that I look good because I woke up with a migraine puking my brains out this morning. I feel better now. I took charcoal and all sorts of stuff, but yeah. That's funny. It's so funny that on the days where maybe I put, you know what it probably is? No, seriously, go with me here. I bet you to compensate for how I felt this afternoon, I put on more makeup than usual maybe or something. You know how you do that? I do that. So, did you guys want to talk about homeschooling or do you want to talk about other stuff? We can talk about my hair. We can talk about hair. Emily, you're not the makeup artist, are you? I have a couple makeup artists in my group, and I kind of need advice on my makeup.
Madison's all about your lip color.
Thank you, Madison. Madison, this is TikTok made me buy it. It's that clickable gloss that got all viral on TikTok. Anyway.
Krista has an on-topic comment.
Oh, Krista. Okay. Do you want to? That is why I'm here to talk about education and homeschooling. Thank you, Krista, for reeling it back in.
As a new mama starting homeschool, where do I begin? Where can I buy the curriculum?
Okay, as a new mama starting homeschool, how old
I don't know.
Are her kids? Where do I begin?
Yeah.
You grab my 26-page How to Homeschool guide, and it's free. And then you email me.
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Oh, how fun. Grab my guide. It's 26 pages. It's totally free. It's actually good. It really will get you on the road and know how to start. And then reach out to me once you've gone through that.
Lindsay Marie says, when does your group open again? And what does it offer to members?
Yeah, my group will reopen in the spring, and you can see the description. What are we thinking? Early March? Mid-March? I'm going to keep pushing it. No, it'll reopen in March probably. But the group, man, it's awesome. I think it's the best homeschool group ever. But once a month, I do a workshop, or I am trying to bring in specialists and experts in their field to do workshops every month. I had my workshop this Wednesday. It was on Goodbye Curriculum Overwhelm. We have discussion groups at various times throughout the month. We also have office hours where you can submit questions and then I answer the questions. And I also have people on the office hours with me, and you can DM me in the group and I will help you and give you educational advice as part of your fee. And also we have a free deliverable every month that is very high value. Like the deliverable that we're dropping this Wednesday is a $20 deliverable that everyone in the group gets for free. They vary probably from like 10 to 20 to $30, but everyone in my group gets them for free. And when the group reopens in the spring, it'll be around $37 a month. You can sign up to get notified when it reopens, and it's a link in my bio. But it is closed right now. We're in the founding members phase. We're working out a lot of kinks, and a lot of it is honestly scheduling, when to schedule the Zooms so that working homeschool parents and parents of little kids and everybody can get the most value out of the group as possible. So the founding members have been so gracious and wonderful and loving, and we're all working together to make this the best group on the planet. And then we'll have all of this, hopefully everything will be worked out when we open in the spring. So yep, if you're interested, just sign up for, it's a wait list, so you can get on my wait list, but you'll be the first to be notified when it does reopen. So, and if you're in my group, you can share how you feel about being in it. I hope you love it. So,
And it's 9, and there are a few more questions, but they can check out your link tree and email you.
oh, okay, all right. So it is 9 o'clock. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. You can email me if you have any other questions. And yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you. I'm trying to go live twice a week. I'm trying. So right now we're thinking of Sundays and Tuesdays, Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, but we'll see. Okay. Good night, you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Mwah. Bye.